everybody. Hello, hello, hello. ESPN is in the house. Esports Broadcasting Network. It's Saturday night, and we all know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. NASCAR Online Saturday Night. It is another edition of the NASCOM Online Saturday Night. iRacing's a platform, ESPN's a network. NASCOM Online is the league. Best place to be. That's right, winning. Byron Rodney up here in the booth. Joining me as always, Mr. Tony Trapasso. How you doing, Tony? Well, I don't hear Tony. I heard the soundboard, but I didn't hear him.
Helps if I turn my mic back on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of helps. How we doing tonight, man?
Very sore. I had the some of the plates taken out of my leg this past Thursday, and still feeling the effects.
Still feeling the effects, man. Well, congratulations. You got those out of your leg, man. Getting back out of the chair and up onto your feet, that's the best thing you can do. Trust me, I know the feeling.
Still not able to weight bear, but we're getting there.
Qualifying on the track right now. 4 minutes left in qualifying. So far, top of the heat, 35 entry, Brian McRae with a 38.703, followed by Sam Baumgarten, Dalton Kilroe, Patrick Cowgill, Derek Edgerton rounding out your top five so far.
You know, and I find it funny that, you know, Pat goes and lays down that run in qualifying when all I heard him do during the hot lap session was bitch that he couldn't get the car loose enough. But yeah, I'm surprised we've got two of them so far under the magic 39-second mark.
Yeah, setups are key here. You're not looking so much for mechanical grip as you are looking for aerodynamics on the car. Get that car sucked down to the track as best you can. Get that thing, turning into corners as best you can. You are definitely going to need it. As we see Nick Okia out on the track right now, look like he's getting ready to lay down his qualifying time. See what he can do.
Well, he's on a flyer right now. I had him purple and going into the first sector. Basically turns 1 and 2. It's going to be close. We might see our third sub 39-second run as he pushed time. No! Lost it all going through 3 and 4. So not going to be happy with that qualifying run.
No, it looks like he slots in the 9th position for qualifying. Nick Okia, I've only got a couple of cars that have not taken time yet. James Grumpy Bunsen, the 22 entry, Hoot Baker, and the boss, Tex Perry, I have not seen on the track to take time.
Yeah, those three guys usually, if they're going to do it, they usually wait till the last possible second. With the way that this field is set up right now, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys actually don't take time. Just kind of feel it out the first half of the race. Let the race come to you and just, see what you've got in that first half.
Yeah, see what you can do with it. And the adjustments are going to be key on this thing. What you can change in the pits, a little bit of track bar here, a little bit of spring wedge there, to see what they can do to make it the best they can. Qualifying, looks like nobody is on the track whatsoever right at the moment, and we're only a minute and a half from kicking this thing off.
Yeah, so looks like Perry, Bunce, and Baker are all going to start shotgun on the field tonight, and it looks like Aaron Bockover. Actually, I don't have the boss in the session.
I've got him on my timing and scoring.
Yeah, but he's not in the session right now.
Ooh, that might be any. He's got a minute to get his butt in there. He may have had an internet issue. I don't know if we're having weather down south to where I'm at or not. He's not too far down south from where I'm at. But let's talk about it. We're in the Irish Hills of Michigan International Speedway for the Motor City 250, 2-mile D-shaped oval, sister track to Auto Club Speedway out in Fontana, California. We're going to do 125 laps, 250 miles.
Yeah, this track, a lot of history here. Basically it's the house that Penske built. Like you said, two miles, D-shaped, multiple lanes. That's what I love about this track is you can get away with running 2 and 3 wide all race long. As looks like the boss is going to make it. He just rejoined the session. So might possibly be having some internet issues down there in.
That'd be by around in Charleston, West Virginia, by God. Charleston,
Well,
by God,
not
Virginia.
exactly what I was going to call it, but okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what you were going to call it. Let's take a look at our points lead.
I don't like this game no more.
Yeah, I'm looking at the points on this thing. Sitting on the top right now would be Mark Arthur. Samuel Baumgarten second in points. 5 points behind him. You got to go another 11 points back. You'll find third place Dalton Kilrow. Speaking of the boss, Tex Perry, he slots into fourth, and Nick Okio rounds out your top 5 in points coming into this race.
Yeah, relatively tight points battle. We're still kind of early in the season, but I mean, these guys, anybody in that top 5 can still. Oh my God, excuse me, can still make it happen tonight. This season.
Yeah, cars lining up on the grid right now. Let's take a look at the starting lineup, shall we? The way it is going to go down here at Michigan International Speedway, if I can get the right buttons pushed at the right time. Here we go. Starting off the first, he's going to be their top starter tonight, Brian McRae in the 35 entry. Sam Baumgarten is going to start second. Rolling off, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying. Rolling off third is going to be Dalton Kilrow in the 41. Patrick Cowgill in the 31 is going to roll off fourth. Rolling off fifth, Derek Edgerton. Mark Arthur, he's going to roll off in the. I didn't see what paint job he's sporting tonight. I haven't seen him get on the track, so I couldn't tell you. He'll be in the number 12. It'll be a pink machine. I'm pretty darn sure.
Pink.
Doug Thompson's going to roll off seventh. Tyler File. You got the pronunciation on that. I don't want to get kicked in a ding-ding. How do you pronounce that? Phil?
Phil.
Tyler Phil in the 18 machine is going to roll off 8th. Rolling off 9th to be Nick Okia. We saw him get crossed up a little bit on that qualifying run that he did. Kevin O'Brien, our fast-moving Aussie, is going to roll off 10th. Rolling off 11th will be Aaron Bockover. James Grumpy Bunce in the 22 entry. Let's see what paint he's scoring tonight. If I'm not mistaken, you were the artist on that, red, white, and blue colors.
Yes. Did the LB Plastics and Salute to America paint scheme that Buncey's running. I'm actually kind of happy with how that one came out.
Yeah, it's a great-looking car. The boss, Tex Perry's going to roll off behind him in 13th, and rolling off 14th to be Hoot Baker in the Virginia Tech entry. He's got his Virginia Tech colors back, and he's rolling out shotgun on the field. That is your starting lineup with Brian McRae getting ready to take him out on the track.
And Mark Arthur already having minor mechanical issues outside of the sim. Getting that taken care of, he's going to get back lined up. But yeah, I got to say, I'm really impressed with what I've seen already out of these guys. Tight qualifying as McRae electing to take the outside line. First time I think we've actually seen the starter.
I don't know if I'm having graphical issues, but focus in on the left front tire of Mark Arthur. Looks like it's about 3 feet below the pavement.
Yes, he does have wheel damage right now.
That mechanical damage outside the sim turned into mechanical damage inside the sim, as he does have a hood bowed. It would be sad to see him have to take a pit start and a fast repair this early.
Yeah, he just said he's taking it pit side as the field worked its way through the 3-4 complex.
Well, only one thing left to say, and that's my man Tony.
Belt tighter one more time. Grandpa Papa Viagra, because it's time to get it on in the Irish Hills of Michigan. As the green flag comes out, Brian McRae getting a decent jump. Baumgarten's going to start to slot in next to him. Is fighting it back, goes they haul it off into turn number 1. Dalton Kilrow playing both halves against the middle is he's looking for a hole, currently running in third.
Yeah, looking at those 3 lanes we were talking about, you can run 3-4 wide here safely. But that's coming off of turn 3 and 4. Being on the low side entry on turn 1 is not the place you want to be, because the car will wash up, and anyone on the outside, you either got to get off the throttle or they got to get out your way because they're coming up.
Well, the only thing that Baumgarten's doing right now, if he can't get clear of McRae and actually get the lead from him, he's just going to burn all the goodie off the tires on that 53 Dr. Squatch entry real quick.
Yeah,
and Baumgarten looks like he might have the clear as they haul it off to turn number 1, slide up the track, and not actually gets the clear on the exit at 2. There we go.
Yeah,
as
for
Mark
a moment,
Arthur getting ready to go a lap down.
Yeah, it looked for a moment that we were going to see the crossover move from McRae, but he thought better of it, decided to slot in before Dalton Gilroy could fill that hole. As we take a look in front of Sam Baumgarten, his teammate there, Mark Arthur, after the pit side repair, Mark Arthur, he is on the tail end of the lead lap, and that's the leader right on his tail.
And I'm actually having minor connection issues myself because I'm seeing the hood of Patrick Calgo's car in the air. So
let's take a look at Patrick Calgill here and see what you're seeing.
That's just me, folks. It's an oops on my end because I love the new damage models that they've got on the ARCA car.
Well, on my graphics, take a look at the 31 machine rolling around. His head looks to be intact on the car, and the fenders are straight.
There you go. Finally fixed them.
There you go. Fixed up. Trading paint's working good. They circulating around back at the front of the pack. Sam Baumgarten right on the tail of Mark Arthur, who's the last car in the lead lap. As long as he can stay out in front of Sam, when caution comes out of the stage ends, he'd be in good shape.
Well, even if he doesn't, he would be the only car 1 lap down at this point, which means that when the caution does come out for the end of stage 1, which unfortunately did not get the stage tonight, he would get the lucky dog at the point in time. Battle going on right now back in 8th, around 9th, as the boss Tex Perry gets by Tyler Field, as those two still working on each other as they're reeling in Aaron Bach over right now for 8th.
Yeah, a little bit of a gaggle going on right there. Don't look now. But that 44 entry down on the inside is not going to last long down on the inside. Talking to the drivers before the race, outside lane in turn 1 and 2 is where you want to be, is where the speed's at. Turn 3 and 4, you can get a little down on the apron or towards the apron, but the high side in 1 and 2 is where you want to be because that momentum's going to carry you. Back at the front of the field, Sam Baumgarten still on the tail end of Mark Arthur. I'm used to seeing Mark Arthur out in front of the pack, but I'm not used to seeing calling his number at the tail end of the lead lap with the leader right on his tail. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he had something happen, either mechanically or software related, as they started to roll off pit road, and he did tag the pit wall. So unfortunately had to burn the fast reaper early.
Yeah, and that's something that you want to keep in your back pocket, especially at this track where aerodynamics are going to be so important, because a 2-mile oval, these guys are hauling it around. Let's take a ride with Sam Baumgarten, see if I can get the helmet cam up and working in his car.
191 as they haul it off at number 3.
Got the helmet cam up on him, and here we go. We're going to take a ride around the Irish Hills of Michigan. Coming across the start-finish line right now. Hauls it 189, 190, 191 as he makes that entry into turn 1 and 2. You can hear those tires not wanting to make that turn. Gets down to that first seam down by the apron, lets it wash back up to the wall, gets back on the loud pedal, mashes it as hard as he can to haul it out on the back straight, headed for the turn 3-4 complex. Hustles it off into turn 3, brings it low this time, down to that first seam, close to the apron. Gets those left tires just on that seam, lets it wash out to the wall as he's on the loud pedal once more. That is a fast lap. You're looking right now, hauling the mail around Michigan International Speedway. That lap right there, 40.071.
Say 40 seconds flat, and rushes the safer barrier going into 1.
Oh, you seen him soaring on that steering wheel.
definitely saw it on that steering wheel. Is he may not go out of that one as Brian McRae gets by him as they haul it down the M3 back straightaway.
Yeah, Brian McRae moving on up now.
Yeah.
Sam Baumgarten being teammates with Mark Arthur. Sam might have held the field off and kept Mark on that lead lap. I don't look for Brian McRae to do the same thing. If Brian McRae can catch the back of the Hello Kitty My Little Pony pink entry, guess what? He's going to do it and keep him going.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be game on if he can get to the back of Mark Arthur. Definitely going to be putting him down quickly and, moving forward. Mark's going to be having to wait for that stage engine caution to come out as Baumgarten fighting back as they haul it off into turn number 3 again.
Baumgarten working that outside line, trying to carry that high momentum. McRae bringing it in on the low line, but you see how McRae gets tight and washes on up, which allows Baumgarten to carry that high side momentum and kind of diamond the corner to cut it down low and carry that momentum down low as they draw even across the start-finish line. Don't know who's going to have the advantage coming off of turn 1. Looks like it's going to be pretty even by the time we hit the exit of turn.
Baumgarten with a nose out front. At the stripe, though, it was 4/1000ths of a second.
Man, you can't even blink that fast.
At 190 miles an hour, that's 2 coats of paint, boys.
Yep. Stages tonight. We're going to run the stage lap 30. Caution's going to fly for the end of stage 1. We're going to hand out stage points. Lap 60, caution's going to fly. We're going to hand out stage points, and then we're going to race it out to the end at 125.
Well, we're already a third of the way to the end of the first stage. Baumgarten back on the point as Mark Arthur cranking off some pretty good laps there, doing what he can to not go a lap down. He was actually 0.2 quicker than his teammate on that last lap.
Yeah, he's opening up quite the gap on Sam Baumgarten. Mark Arthur looking in his rearview mirror, seeing those two fight for position is the best thing he can see all night. That just allows him to use that fresh air and get away. And he's just hoping he can hang it out there until the first caution comes around, whether it be a caution for someone stepping on their ding-ding or whether it be a caution for the end of the stage.
Absolutely, but right now you could throw a blanket over 5th through 8th as you've got Nick Okia, Tex Perry, and Grumpy Bunts looking it out right now as Harry working the high side in the draft on Okia as they haul it off into turn number 1.
Yeah, the boss looks like he's trying to dial up that lower line, but we remember what we were talking about, that lower line. You will pay a price with the abrasiveness on the tires because Michigan has seen a repave. Don't know if they did the repave in iRacing, but it is pretty abrasive on those tires.
Absolutely, as the Michigan winters are not kind to this facility, and surprisingly, though, if you talk about smoothness of the track, this track is actually smoother than its sister track out in California, where the sun beats the hell out of it all day.
Yeah, California is a rough riding version of this track, but you would think this track would be the worst one of the bunch because it sees 90 degree with humidity in the summer, and it sees, buried butthole deep in the snow in the winter.
Well, for what it's worth, Roger Penske and his crew, when they built this track and designed this track, they put probably the best base that they possibly could under this track. As Perry getting a little sideways coming off of 4, that's going to allow Bunts to get a run on him as they come to the stripe.
Yeah, and Dalton Kilrow bringing her pit side already. 14 laps out there for 15 laps. He brings it on in. I did not get a feel from the drivers before the race how far we can go on a tank and go fast.
Well, that sounds about right, considering they're only a 50% fuel fill tonight. So, 50% fuel fill and unlimited tire sets. So, something a little bit different than what we've seen from a lot of our other leagues, or stock car leagues anyways. They've kind of opened up as many tire sets as you want to pay for, you're more than welcome to use, as Nick Okia bringing it pit side as well. And it looks like the boss going with him.
Yep, 3 more coming in pit side. Wholesale pit stops happening early, folks. We're starting to see them bring it on down. It looks like 16, 17 is the max you're going to get out of a tank and go fast before you come in. So you might as well get 4 fresh tires and top off that fuel because you got to make another 15-lap run to the end of the stage.
Absolutely. As Baumgarten opening up 9/10 of a second over Brian McRae, as he's going to keep it out one more lap, and that is Dalton Kilrow right behind him, who has 4 fresh Dr. Feelgoods underneath that Chevy Monte Carlo.
Sam Baumgarten still holding it out. I look for the rest of the field to be coming in here shortly. Mark Arthur still holding it out there. He had to be able to get one more lap out of it than everyone else, so it'd be interesting to see how it cycles back out. If he falls down or not, because I'm looking at the tire fall off right now. After only 16, 17 laps, these guys were picking them up, putting them down 39 and a half seconds a lap. Just before they make their pit stops, the best they're doing is 41 and a half. That's a 2-second fall off per lap.
Absolutely, as your top 3 continue to hang it out there. Actually, your top 5 have not gone pit side yet.
I'm actually showing our top 8 haven't made it to the pits.
I'm still cycling through. Bear with me. I don't have that fancy thing like you have.
It's flashing a whole bunch of numbers. I need a slide rule and a calculator to kind of half-ass read it.
Well, can you count past 21 with your pants on?
21 or 20 and a half, maybe.
Feel sorry for Tammy.
2 more to bring her in pit side.
The way McRae and Cowgill starting to slug it out for second right now, as
Grumpy's in the pits. Derek Egerton's in the pits.
Look for these top 3 to start coming pit side relatively soon.
I'm impressed. They're holding like out 19 laps.
No, Baumgarten's going to keep it out there.
Baumgarten doing an experiment to find out where the bottom of the fuel tank is, folks.
And here comes Nick Okia looking to get his lap back hard way, as he makes quick work of 3rd and 2nd place. That's Brian McRae and Patrick Cowgill.
Now,
comes Doug Thompson as well.
Now, knowing that you've got a 2-second per lap fall off from fresh tires to where you are, where these guys are now, the ones that short pitted, it came in 3-4 laps ago. You think they got a little bit of a track advantage on these guys that are holding it out there for as long as they can?
Maybe a little bit. We're about to find out, as McRae bringing it pit side.
Here comes your leader, Baumgarten.
Crossed up. Mark Arthur bringing it pit side. So we're about to see how this does cycle out, as your top 3 finally come in pit side, and it looks like,
because there was a good 2 or 3 laps that got run when guys had fresh tires. Are picking up 2 seconds a lap on the guys that hadn't pit. So you're talking 6 seconds of real estate out here on the track.
Can I just toss an idea out to you?
Sure.
Are you seeing at the top of the leaderboard what I'm seeing at the top of the leaderboard right now?
Top of the leaderboard right now has got the 44 machine of Aaron Bockover out there. And second would be Hoot Baker, Tyler Fields out there rolling 3rd, but they have yet to make it to pit lane.
Okay, because Hoot just said he was coming pit side. I didn't know if Bockover had already gone pit side or not.
Bockover brings it in pit side right now. Hoot's bringing it in pit side right behind him. And Tyler Field is bringing it in. The last 3 to make their pit stops are making them right now. And so far, when this cycles back around, the first one that flinched into the pits early was Dalton Kilrow in the 41 machine. Don't look now, Tony, but he's got the lead right now, and he's got it with a pretty decent little margin over... he's got a 6.5 second lead over second place Nick Okia.
I'm still waiting for my timing and scoring to catch up, as I'm still showing Bockover with the lead.
Mine's already catching up. Mine goes in real time, folks. Tony's got one that catches it as he crosses the start-finish line. And I'm showing Dalton Kilrow with a 6.5 second lead over your second place driver, Nick Okia. Dalton Kilrow bringing it in pit side as early as he did He was the first one to bring it in 8 laps ago. Bought a lot of real estate by doing that.
Well, here's the question. Does he have enough go fast in the tank to make it to the stage end?
Stage end's going to come in 7 laps. Yeah, I'd say he has enough go fast because we saw guys hang it out there for 19.
But you said it was 35.
Stage is going to be at 30. 30, 60, and 125.
Okay, I thought you said 35, so that's where my mistake came. But how about this battle for second that's really starting to shape up right now with Okia, Thompson, Garden, and Tex Perry not that far behind those guys.
No, not at all. 3-way battle going on here for the third. Sam Baumgarten in second, Nick Okia in third, and Doug Thompson right there with them.
Thompson working the inside of Okia right now as they come off turn 2, down the 3M back straightaway, side by side as they haul it off to turn number 3. Thompson gonna have a little bit of real estate advantage as they work their way through the 3-4 complex, Byron.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna pull that slide job and just clear the nose of Nick Okia. Give that third spot to Doug Thompson, move Okia back to 4th. Meanwhile, Sam Baumgarten, even though these guys are battling right behind him, he's taking chunks out of Dalton Kilrow here. Dalton's got 6 more laps on his tires than Sam Baumgarten does, and Sam Baumgarten has shaved that 6.5 down to 4.9.
So, word from the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer at ES. Ooh, Thompson and Okia getting it real close.
Mark Arthur just got around Dalton Kilrow to get back on the lead lap the hard way.
Yeah, well, don't look now for this battle for third, but here comes the 35 of Brian McRae.
Ooh, wow, Brian McRae, a whole gaggle of cars right there. Just kind of threads the needle and finds his way through. And guess what? Opened the door and the boss Tex Perry's coming right with him.
Absolutely. But anyways, this just in from the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer here at ESPN. Of course, we are talking about our very good friend, SCB.
He finally found my termination papers?
No, he found mine, and he used your severance package and my severance package to release a line on Teespring of face masks, t-shirts, and mugs with the ESPN logo.
Haha, sweet, ESPN. You can have a piece of ESPN yourself while you enjoy an ESPN broadcast.
Hurts the merch.
Dalton Kilrow, remember that lead we were talking about that was 6.5 seconds, thinking he was such a genius after those pit stops? Well, we got, 2 more laps to go, and that lead's down to 2 seconds, man. Sam Baumgarten is picking him up and putting him down, coming up to catch back into Dalton Kilrow.
Yeah, well, Kilrow just was struggling coming through, too. As that's going to let Baumgarten reel him in a little bit more. You can see, every so often, you can see Baumgarten's car in the shot. He's reeling him in. He's going to have 2 more shots at him before the stage end. The question is, does he have enough time? Does he have enough tires? As the pits are closed. We are 2 laps.
Pits are closed.
6 out.
You're seeing what 6-lap difference can do on those tires, man. Tire fall off is real here in Michigan. Let me tell you.
1.7 seconds.
Checking the weather out here tonight. 78 degrees outside. Track temperature at a cool 89 degrees. So the cars are getting the best grip they're probably going to be seeing right now here in the Irish Hills.
Absolutely. Excuse me, I need to take care of a fuzzy little problem.
The infamous cat that likes to climb bare backs is back.
Oh, no. Not my back she keeps trying to climb. It's my bandaged leg that she keeps trying to climb. As the white flag is out for the stage end, as Dalton Kilrow, 8 different kinds of sideways coming through turns 1 and 2. Baumgarten with a run on him coming down the 3M back straightaway. Does he have enough time to catch him, Byron?
I don't know, but I'm watching timing and scoring, man. He had 2 seconds to make up. It's down to 0.7 and growing smaller. Don't think he's going to quite catch him by the start-finish line. As they exit the turn 4 complex right now, they hustle it down to the start-finish line. Dalton Kilroe's going to score your stage 1 points. Waiting for the caution to come fly as they're going to wait till Derek Egerton, who's intent to cross the line, should be seeing the caution fly, and there it is. Stage points are going to be awarded as we say. Dalton Kilroe, first place stage points. Sam Baumgarten, man, he almost got first stage. He was hustling and closing it up. Brian McRae, third. Uh-oh.
Oh, just the comment I heard in the InSim chatter.
Clean it up for us and repeat it.
Sam Baumgarten asked Dalton Kilroe the same question that I believe it was Kevin Harvick asked of Joey Logano one time about a horseshoe. And for those of you who are longtime NASCAR fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Horseshoes are not supposed to be brown, ladies and gentlemen.
No, they're not.
So, anyways, Kilroe coming home with a stage win. Mark Arthur is back on the lead lap. He did it the hard way, and that could only mean one thing for the rest of the field.
Yeah. He's coming back around on the same pit strategy. He is going to be there. What was that?
I said the shark is in the water.
Oh, heck yeah.
As we look to see wholesale pit stops this time, I would be greatly surprised if anybody actually does stay out. Yeah, everybody bringing it in this time. As it's going to be fun to see if anybody can make up some time here on pit road. Anybody gets a chance to jump positions or whatnot. But getting back to what we were talking about, the boss there releasing a series of T-shirts, face masks, and coffee mugs over on Teespring. So,
yeah. And the boss put out a message in our business chat telling us, hey, you know what? Let's announce it on our Monday race. We'll be a little more organized. We'll be a little more organized and whatnot. And I just typed back to him. I said, sorry, we just spilled the beans. Too late, boss. We spilled the beans. You want to terminate us, fine, but we're going to get our coffee mugs anyway.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are having a special deal going on right now. Byron, correct me if I'm wrong on the numbers here, but it's 2,500 Facebook and 2,500 YouTube.
We'd have to get our co-founder here, your co-founder,
well,
Sam.
Let me ask.
Ask him. Get the right numbers before we have to do something. You know, the old adage, when you get ink, is never put your girlfriend's name on you anywhere, because that's a sign of a curse. Well, guess what? It's not our girlfriend. It's our business, and we're damn good at it. ESPN's going to get inked. We hit the right number of subscribers.
And I stand corrected. Yeah, it was the new guy decided that we should release that during Monday's broadcast. But yeah, we do have. You can find it on Teespring, TEESPRING.com. Just punch in ESBN. 3,000 followers on Facebook and 1,500 subs on YouTube. And Sam Cooper Bennett, Byron Rodney, and myself will be getting the ESBN logo tattooed somewhere on our person.
Not my forehead. Oh, and I know where the somewhere is, because I already told Sam he's got to get a tramp stamp.
Oh yeah, no, Sam's getting a tramp stamp. But as for the rest of you, you know, those of you in the chats right now on YouTube and on Facebook.
Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Reshare it, tattoo it on your face.
have to give a big thank you to Miss Constance Keith and Miss Lori Lyle for joining us again in the YouTube chat.
Well, guess what, my friend? Lights are off on the pace car. They are lined up 2 by 2. They are coming around the, getting ready to restart this thing. They're going to mash the loud pedals. And Dalton Kilroe's got the lead after pit cycle. Sam Baumgarten to his outside. Pace car does take that left turn. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. Loud pedal has been pressed. Dalton Kilroe wastes no time pulling the trigger. He says, I'm out of here. You guys are going to have to catch me. Do the best you can. As we are back underway, stage 2.
Well, he learned from what happened on the initial start between Baumgarten and McRae. McRae waited until the green flag actually came out, and they gave Baumgarten too good of a start, and they were fighting way too long, and they just burned up their tires. So he is trying to get into the clean air and get as far away from Sam Baumgarten as he can right now.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. And you know what? We haven't really been able to do the online drinking game because not too many cautions. We had one caution, and that was for stage end. Took my sip there, but I am going to ask, what's the over-under on the number 12 machine? Getting, how many more laps before you see him challenging for that third, second, and first spot?
Well, considering that he's got a lot of traffic in front of him, and he's got to figure out how to get by those guys, I give him 10 laps.
All right, folks, you heard it. By lap 46, we're going to see the number 12 up there in the top 3. We'll see how much of a prognosticator Tony is. He's pretty damn good at it. That's all I got to say is I'm taking a look at the 12, and it looks like he's just looking for a spot, not trying to push the issue, just looking for a spot to get around.
As you take to the high side as they come through the tri-oval, that is the 44 Brockover way down on the 8, is right behind the 18 of Tyler Field. As look for Mark Arthur to try to make some headway on that high side. He's got a good draft right now off of Egerton and Bunce.
And I'm taking a look at that 22 paint job you did for old Grumpy for the LD Plastics machine. And that's a good looking car. But don't look now, there's a pink one right on his rear bumper, now moving to the outside of him, or trying to.
Yeah, he's got a fluffle puff right behind him, so Mark Arthur throws it to the high side. Grumpy's holding that second lane as Grumpy looking to the inside of Doug Thompson as they haul it off into turn number 3.
I wonder how long Grumpy can hold it down there as it starts to wash up. Looks like our rear end's getting a little loose on him there as Mark Arthur gets down to that inside corner and pulls that air off that left rear fender.
I am trying to figure out why I'm having such issues right now. Bear with me, please.
We're bearing with you, but I'm focusing back up to the top of the field. We have a tight battle going on. Dalton Kilroe's lost the lead to Sam Baumgarten, and Brian McRae is all over the inside back corner of the 41. He's got third. He's wanting second. Dials up the low lane, tries to do it, can't quite get there, and Patrick Cowgill has just got the best seat in the house. He's watching the dance. We could throw a blanket over the top 4. They are in a tight-knit group, only 6 one-hundredths of a second, 4/10 of a second separating that whole group of 4.
Absolutely is. Cowgill looking to the outside of McRae right now. Gets a run as they go down the 3 on back straightaway. Trying to get a good pull off of Dalton Kilroe, and it looks like
Cowgill getting it done. Cowgill getting it done. McRae's car fading just a little bit. Gotta wonder how many adjustments were done on that first pit stop, man. Those guys were dying to make some sort of an adjustment.
Well, it all depends on how happy you were with your set. With the sun starting to peak out right now, track temps up to 91 degrees, so it's starting to get a little slick, a little greasy, and as that temperature goes up on the track, these cars are going to be fighting for mechanical grip more and more. So you got it.
Patrick Calgill getting a little wiggle there, going off into the corner, getting a little loose, bringing it in. It opens the door for Brian McRae to dial up the low lane. We got a drag race for the third spot.
Yellows out as Tyler Hill real slow going into turn 3.
Well, let's see what camera 1 might have caught on that on the instant replay.
Oh! He caught the safer barrier.
Got a camera on the 18 machine. Beautiful paint job on that Scott's machine. Miracle Grow. Oh! Hoot Baker involved in that. Looks like there goes Hoot's bumper. It's on the track. The hood flops up. Hoot's leaving parts on the track, my friend. I love this new damage model. Take a look at Hoot's car. No front bumper and the hood. He's got to hang his head out the window to see where he's going.
Not sure what happened to Nick Okia, but
take a look at the 82.
Oh. Yeah, lap earlier, Nick Okia got it all sorts of wrong coming off of turn 4, and good thing he fell back as far as he did, or else he would have been right in the middle of that one.
I just love this new damage model, man. I'm watching Hoot go around the track under caution. Now he's bringing it into his pit. We're back live. I had it on replay.
Into a pavement modified by Hoot Baker.
Yeah, but the hood was flopping up in there. He had to hang his head out the window to see where the hell he was going. Yeah, fast repairs used on the 82 Virginia Tech machine. The Hokies are back in business one more time, but don't look now. Holding it still, he did not come to the pits. The 84, Kevin O'Brien staying out. He's going to get that point for lap lead.
Maybe. Didn't quite get to the start-finish line before Baumgarten did. So, and I think Buncy just got popped for Sting.
He ain't going to be happy. He's going to have to fall back to the end of the field if he got popped for speeding in there. Kevin O'Brien, 10 laps on his tires, elected to keep it out. Looks like he's going to keep it out on the track. And gain that point. He did not bring it to pit road. Sam Baumgarten slotting in right behind him. He brought it pit side. Everybody else on the track except for your top spot car, Kevin O'Brien, kept bringing it pit side.
Well, we're about to see if O'Brien is going to go pit side as the field works its way through the 3-4 complex. O'Brien's one of those calculating drivers, too, where, he figures, like you and I discussed during last night's race, I'll back time a race. And I'm going to pit here, 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 and here, and I'm not changing anything for nothing. And there it is. Kevin O'Brien getting the bonus point.
Yep. Well, them Aussies are awful sneaky.
Well, the lights just went out on that Ford Mustang, so we're about to see what type of restart O'Brien can get. You got to think he's got to be a sitting duck in that Sunoco Chevy Monte Carlo.
Hearing from the boss, the chief cook and bottle washer of ESPN, there's going to be a fourth one going to get the ink too. KP said he'd get an ESPN tattoo as well. We hit the subscribers. We're looking for 3,000 followers on Facebook and 1,500 on YouTube.
Go do some high-powered gazintas because I don't know where we are yet. Where we are on our Facebook end of things.
Let me ask the boss.
We'll look right now.
Oh, you're looking? Okay. Well, while you're looking, I'm going to refocus this camera because guess what? They are lined up side by side. Lights are off on the Ford Mustang pace car as they wheel it around turn 3 and 4. Guess what? We're going to fire this thing off in anger one more time. Kevin O'Brien got command of the field. Sam Baumgarten to his outside elbow. Dalton Kilrow in third. Brian McRae fourth. Rounding out your top 5, Patrick Calgill. And the boss, Tex Perry, outside row 3. As the pace car is off, O'Brien mashes the loud pedal, gets a good start, no wheel spin. Being the only car that didn't come in and take tires, he's hauling them off into turn 1.
And we are at 2834 on Facebook.
2834 on Facebook. So do the math, folks. That's only 66 more subs on Facebook is all we need. And we're already over 1,000, looking for 1,500 on YouTube.
Absolutely. As Baumgarten and Dalton Kilrow made quick work of Kevin O'Brien as they're still side by side going through turns 3 and 4. Baumgarten with a nose out front coming off of 4, and drag race to the finish line. Give this lap to Baumgarten as Kilrow going to slot in right behind him, and Kevin O'Brien is up like a stone right now.
Yeah, fresh tires versus 10-lap old tires. You're seeing what the fall-off is doing. Kevin O'Brien, his last lap, 40.0, but everyone else around him a full second faster on 10-lap pressure tires.
And
ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear me get called all sorts of names.
I just want to go on record as saying my broadcast mirror is the southbound end of a northbound horse.
Yep, I was about to say, you're about to see me get called all sorts of names. Focusing back up in the front, Kevin O'Brien, man, he fell from the penthouse to the outhouse pretty quick, fast, and in a hurry. Fell off the top spot. He's rolling. Now he's in the 10th spot. Sam Baumgarten takes over the lead. Dalton Kilrow right behind him. Brian McRae and Tex Perry, the boss, rolling and showing a strong fourth. Don't look now. Look who cracked the top 5. But not for long as Patrick Cowgill gets underneath him. And it didn't take long, man. Here we are, 10 laps. Your prognostication was Mark Arthur would be up there battling to get in it, and there he is. He's rolling in 7th, but he's not far off the lead.
Absolutely. Shark in the water right now as Arthur battled the whole first stage to stay on the lead lap. And now he is on the lead lap, and
looking to put some work in on Bunce there. Looks inside first, then ducks outside. Now he's looking to split the middle between Cowgill and Bunce. He's got to run. Cowgill's going to fall back. Next in his sights, Grumpy Bunce.
And these two have raced each other long enough that they're going to know what the other one is going to do. And Buncey pinching him down just a little bit.
Contact! Contact! As a... Add insult to injury, he gets pile drive by Tyler Field. So, Mark Arthur, oh my God, what a heartbreak. And we saw him use the fast repair at the beginning of the race. Let's go back and take a look at that on a replay. Him and Bunce, he works to the inside of Bunce coming off the turn 4 as they cross the start-finish line. Buncey goes to pinch him down, and contact is made as Mark Arthur takes hard contact on the inside wall, and Tyler Field had nowhere to go. Insult to injury, just slams right into him as we watch the hood of the 18 go cartwheeling down the track.
Yeah, well, watch the front end of Mark Arthur's 12.
Oh yeah, we're looking at it.
Starts to try to limp that car back.
Yeah, I'm gonna back that up, folks. I want you to watch the hood of the 18. It goes across your camera shot, cartwheeling down the track. There's the impact. Hood comes off. Both cars spinning, and here comes... It looked like a hubcap come off a car going around a corner too fast. Just... I love this new damage model from iRacing, but the big heartbreak so far in this race is Mark Arthur looks like his night's over with.
As I think we need to get a new fire suit into the 84, as that was a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment, as Kevin O'Brien had to make sure that the brakes on his ARCA car actually worked. We did not see an ARCA brake there from the Little Thunder from down under Mr. Kevin O'Brien, but definitely going to need a new fire suit in the 84.
Well, Kevin O'Brien... Boy, we talked about that. I'm coming in at this time. I'm coming in at that time. He did not bring it pit side. He is back up behind the pace car. We'll have to see as he goes around one more time, see if he does bring it pit side. But he is the first car in the lead lap as we stand, as everyone else, every other car in the field is in the pits. What is our Aussie up to?
And I was just watching the 41 of Dalton Kilroy coming out of his stall, loops it at exit. So we're going to lose a ton of spots is Dalton Kilroy.
Oh, I'm showing Dalton Kilroy coming out. Looks like he's going to slot back in the 8th position.
And Dad, they're fighting again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's a heated discussion going on right now between the pit members of the 22 and the pit members of the 12. NASCAR official or NASCOM officials, I should say, doing their best to keep the two separated. But
well, I would have dragged the driver of the 12 into here, but folks, I'm going to give that a few.
Idea right now.
I'm going to give that a good long while to bubble out and cool off because this is a PG-13 family-oriented show.
Well, no, it'd be safe to do it because his mom and his sister are watching.
That's why I don't want to offend his mom and his sister because I know how hot he is right about now. Having already used that fast repair, he was our points leader. 5 points separated him and Samuel Baumgarten. Dalton Kilroy, 11 points back. So Dalton Kilroy, 16 points off the lead of Mark Arthur. We're going to have a shakeup in the top because you got to go another 200 points back before you get to the 4th place, to the boss, Tex Perry.
Well, let me ask you this, and this is something that is, if you go back to the pit view that you have of Mark Arthur's car.
Oh, we're focused on it right now.
Are you seeing 2 right rear tires on that car?
2 right rear tires and no right front tire.
Okay, it's not just on my screen then.
No.
Okay.
But, folks, when you go back to rewatch the replay of this race, when you restream that later on YouTube, go back to lap 48 and watch that on the broadcast. It's the first time I've ever seen a hood go cartwheeling down the track.
Anyways, Sam Baumgarten going to have the button as the lights are out on the Ford Mustang pace car. Baumgarten, McRae, Kilroy, Perry, Cowgill, Egerton, O'Brien, Bockover, Thompson, and Hootiker cracking the top 10. Yep. As the green flag comes out and Baumgarten pulls the trigger, they're back underway. Tex Perry under heavy attack right now from Dalton Kilroy.
Yeah, Dalton Kilroy dialing up that low lane. Looked like he was going to try even go even lower down below Brian McRae, which he does right at the moment. Dalton Kilroy looking for that second spot down on the low lane. Cold tires coming off of turn 2 right there. That was a real risky move in my book.
Real risky move, especially considering that he may or may not have flat-sided those tires on pit exit, considering that he looped it as soon as he cleared the commitment cone.
Yeah, well, first place gets out on a breakaway a little bit, but Dalton Kilroy, Brian McRae, and Tex Perry, they have not yet settled who is going to take the second position.
As Tex Perry and the only Toyota in the field, currently sitting in 4th, looking for 2nd.
Pseudo Toyota, my friend, pseudo Toyota.
That's the only Toyota in the field right now, because he used to run the only Dodge in the field, and then he just decided to go with Toyota for some odd reason. Anyways,
don't look now. Patrick Cowgill making a good showing, breaking into the top 5. He's going to join this dance, and Derek Egerton's not too far behind him.
Absolutely, as Doug Thompson getting a brush with the wall, coming off the floor, finally gets it sorted out. A little bit of paint missing on the Friday the 13th, number 13.
Yep, Sam Baumgarten opening up that lead to a second. He's got that breakaway. The 53 is in the wind. As long as he can hit his marks, he's going to be a very hard car to track down. as long as these guys are racing as hard as they are behind them with Brian McRae, Dalton Kilroe, Tex Perry, and now joining the fight, Patrick Calgill and Derek Egerton.
And Bunsey just coming out of the pits. I'm going back to take a look and see what happened with the 22.
He might have caught a penalty when he came out the first time. He wasn't a very happy camper. Take a look at this battle for second place right now. 3 wide going off into turn 3.
Well, strong words being exchanged between the chiefs of the 35 and 41 as someone telling the other one to unzip their fly to see actually where they're going.
Well, I tell you what, man, that 3 wide move that we just watched right there on the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, that's called taking them out of your pants, setting them up on the dash for everyone to see, because that's the driver letting everyone know I got bigger ones than you got, and watch this.
So we are coming up on 4 laps to each end, as Baumgarten in control of this one, 2 seconds to the good, as
check out the YouTube screen, folks, ladies and gentlemen, because co-broadcaster Adam Chapman, another ESPN cohort of ours, he's gone ahead and laid it in the comment section for you. If you want to pick up some ESPN merchandise, go to teespring.com. The link's right there in the YouTube chat. Check it out and let us know what you think.
absolutely, as my latency just went through the roof.
Well, mine's still good for the moment. Sam Baumgarten, he is rolling up onto the back of Kevin O'Brien, doing his best to try to put him a lap down. But Sam Baumgarten's got the lead by damn near 2 seconds, right at 2 seconds. Patrick Calgill and Brian McRae, they have yet to settle who's going to have second. And the fight for third is, for fourth is going to be going in between Tex Perry and Dalton Kilroe.
Yeah, this fight for second through fifth is probably the strongest battle on track right now that we've seen all night. Calgill McRae with about a 4-car length gap over Perry and Tex Perry and Dalton Kilroe, as you know, pits are closed, so white flag in the air as Baumgarten puts O'Brien another lap down, as
caution will fly as soon as they get back across the start-finish line here.
There is the red and white checkers in the air. Baumgarten getting it. Calgill hanging on for second. McRae for third. Tex Perry for fourth. Dalton Kilroe rounding out your top 5 in the stage point.
Yeah, Doug Thompson, Derek Egerton, 6th and 7th respectively. 8th, 9th, and 10th will be Eric Backover, Hoot Baker, and James Grumpy Bunce grabbing that 10th spot, that final stage point, and also the lucky dog position. He's going to get that lap back. He'll get back on the lead lap on this caution flag cycle.
Absolutely. But
we've seen it.
Was saying, you know, while we're under caution, now would be a real good time to click that link that you see in the YouTube stream, and you can check out our Teespring store and get yourself some nice ESPN swag. And I finally figured out what was going on with my connection. Got that I had my cell phone in the drawer underneath my computer, and I still had the Wi-Fi turned on my cell phone. So, look for wholesale pit stops this time as Baumgarten brings them around We are under caution. And Buncey going to get the lucky dog here. Byron, you might want to check your connection there, bud, because you got some bleed over.
Yeah, well, I had a small little bleed over. I was checking out the YouTube stream of the other releases that are going on with the ESPN, seeing how that link works with Teespring, and you know what? It's the merch. I work for ESPN, but you know what? I might be a customer of ESPN because I can see me putting my drinking game caution moonshine in a ESPN coffee mug.
Absolutely, as I need those, so look for me to use my next paycheck from ESPN to purchase T-shirts from ESPN. Yeah, that works. What do you get paid? What do you get paid to broadcast T-shirts?
Yep, we'll work for. I work for T-shirts.
$20 is $20.
Hey, we work for swag.
I've done that before. Back when I was in college and I got my first job in the radio industry, that was basically all I did work for was swag for a complete summer.
Well, at least you got paid in something, man. When I did my radio bit, I was what they called on the intern level. How can I wind up having my own morning show, but I was still considered an intern and never made a penny out of it? That was when we had, the general manager. She was called TW3. We called her TW3 for the Wicked Witch of the West, and the station owner, his name was Robert Edelman, so we called him RCA for Robert Cheap Shit Edelman. Sorry, folks. RCA and TW3 ran that station.
Can I explain how?
Yes.
Can I explain to you how you didn't get paid and were still considered an intern even though you had your own morning show?
That's called mild stupidity. But you know what? I had so much fun doing it. The afternoon guy had a hamburger joint. His name was Gary Hilbert, and he called himself Hollywood Hilbert. And he went down and got his hamburger store to make himself the Hollywood Hilbert hamburger special. So the other morning guy and myself, we decided to go down to the hot dog stand that was a cart on the side of the street, and we were the High Desert Hot Dogs, just a couple weenies in the morning.
Anyways,
on
the Ford Mustang pace car as Baumgarten, Cowgill, McRae, Perry, Kilrow, Bockover, Egerton, Thompson, Hoot Baker up to 9th, and Grumpy Bunce back on the lead lap in 10th. Kevin O'Brien and Nick Okia both 1 lap down. I'm sorry, Okia 2 laps down, O'Brien 1 lap down. As the field works its way through the 3-4 complex. Byron, why don't you get us going this time?
All right, lights are off on the Ford Mustang pace car as it getting ready to take that hard left turn into pit lane. Sam Baumgarten's got command of the field. He's got Patrick Cowgill to his outside elbow. We're going to see how long he either holds him down or he mashes the loud pedal. We're about to find out quick, fast, and in a hurry as the Ford Mustang pace car veers off to the left. 53 has command of the field. He can wait to the Geico restart, or he can just go ahead and hammer the throttle, which he elects to do right now as they are off and running. And what a restart they got. Look at the jump Brian McRae got right behind Sam Baumgarten. They just left Patrick Cowgill way in the dust. Dalton Kilrow working that inside lane.
I think McRae has read this book before, as has Dalton Kilrow. Is the three of them just left Cowgill just asleep at the switch, and here comes Perry to the inside as well.
Yeah, the boss ain't done yet. He says, I got something for you all. Take a look at this. Get out of my way. I'm coming through. Who's your daddy?
Well then, that escalated quickly. As Baumgarten already to a 2-car length lead over, 8-car length lead over McRae, as McRae has his back bumper rearview mirror filled with the front bumper of Dalton Kilrow.
Now you gotta wonder, Dalton Kilroy, we've seen he's got a great short run car, but you know what? We're already past halfway in this race. We're working lap 66 at 125. It is flying by quick, folks. We're going to run this thing green flag to the end unless someone steps on themselves. And Dalton Kilroy, we've noticed he'll fade off. He's got a great short run car. Normally we see him with great long runs. But short run, I don't know if he made any more adjustments on it in the pits. But he's got his hands full in the sandwich between Brian McRae and Tex Perry.
Perry, hungry for a breakthrough this week. Didn't have any luck last time we were on the track. Oh, a little sideways as Cowgill took all the air off of Tex Perry's.
Wow, what a save.
Didn't hit him, just took all the air off his spoiler and had the 85 pseudo Toyota 8 different kinds of sideways coming to 1 and 2.
Man, that was some serious driving because that was one hell of a save. How he did not touch the wall, come around, and bring out the caution is beyond me.
Skills, son, skills.
He got steals.
SKEELZ, skills. Meanwhile, Kilroy and McRae still slugging it out as it looks like they are starting to slowly but surely reel in Sam Baumgarten.
Yeah, as long as they stay single file and just work that draft, we are on a 2-mile track without a restrictor plate, so the draft can work here. As long as they stay non-battling, they can reel in Sam Baumgarten. I think they're starting to realize that. But as I say that, guess what? Dalton Kilroy dials up that low lane trying to get around Brian McRae. We're going to see if he can get it done here in turn 1 and 2.
Ooh, that was a pucker moment.
Yeah, it was, and I'll tell you what, if there was a fat gnat on the doors in between those two cars, he is squished now because there was not very much space in between them.
As Kilroy lost a ton of momentum, here comes Cowgill to the inside. And it's going to be interesting to see how this one works out as...
Here comes the boss saying, remember me with that little move you did when you took the air off? Guess what?
Yeah, absolutely. As Perry's still working at high side. Cowgill gets the clear going into 1. And that's going to put Kilroy back into the touches of Tex Perry. And Doug Thompson starting to make some headway as he moves his way forward as well.
Yeah, the battle right here has got to be, McRae gets a bit of a breakaway. He's 0.8 of a second behind your leader, Sam Baumgarten, but the battle right now is third place being contested. 3-way dance with Cowgill, Kilroy, and Perry.
As Kilroy with a run coming off of 4. In the draft right now, Perry just biding his time, trying to see what these other two crazy nuts are going to do. As still way early in the race. Just past the halfway point, as you mentioned a little while ago, working lap 71 of 125, and we still have a lot of racing left to go here, folks.
Yeah, this has got a long way to go because you know what? We're 8 laps into this run. Kevin O'Brien, he didn't go into pits. He's still out there on 16-lap old tires. He's going to have to bring a pit side here pretty darn soon as he's falling way off being the first car lap down. Everyone out there working 9 laps on their tires, and we were seeing that 10 laps more is about the most they can go on a tank of Go Fast, and that'll bring them to lap 82. And that's going to leave them short. Have to do one more stop, which we call the money stop, before the end of the race, if it stays green. And I say that with a heavy if, because you know what? That great equalizer is lurking out there at any time, any given time.
So any driver in this race that watches the replay, you can get your hate mail coming. That's Byron Rodney, Marietta, Ohio, P.O. Box OICU 812.
Yeah. Mailman gonna hate me because that mailbag gonna be full.
Because Byron just jinxed field.
Yes, Byron did.
Meanwhile, Sam Baumgarten's still in control of this one in that Dr. Squatch, number 53. New paint scheme on Baumgarten's 53 this week. Going with...
kind of looked like a Sierra kind of, outdoorsy kind of foresty thing.
Absolutely. Compared to the brown and tan that we were used to seeing on that car. But the paint scheme there. McRae, about 0.8 of a second back.
McRae walking a red Dr. Squatch. I see what's happening here. Dr. Squatch to the front, paging Dr. Squatch. Top 2 spots occupied by teammates.
I just want to let everybody at Dr. Squatch know that y'all kind of made me mad earlier today because you realize how bad it hurts when a Coca-Cola comes out your nose. I was laughing at one of the commercials that popped up on my Facebook news feed and didn't know what was coming and took a swig of soda and out my nose it came. Like, you buggers. Anyway.
All right, the dance, Patrick Calgill, Dalton Kilrow, and Tex Perry is starting to tighten it up again. Looks like they took a few laps off to let their tires cool down. Looks like they're going to, these three are starting to pack back up, trying to make a charge towards the end of this run. Kevin O'Brien, I think he has put it on the hauler and called it a night.
So our third retirement of the evening.
Well, I can't call the number 12 Mark Arthur machine a retirement yet because I'm still showing him in there.
No. He put it on the hauler.
He's still sitting in the pit, giving me that beautiful picture of a car with no right front tire.
It's 3 hours and 22 minutes of required repairs.
Yeah, he'll be there till tomorrow morning. Back up in the front of the field, Sam Baumgarten got command of it, almost to a full second lead out there. Brian McRae, 0.8 of a second behind him, and you got to go another half a second back to Dalton Kilrow. But the battle happens to be Dalton Kilrow and Patrick Kilgill. They've tightened it up. Tex Perry's fallen off just a little bit, but it's still the closest four-way dance going on the track, except for if you take a look at Doug Thompson and Aaron Bockover. Aaron Bockover, new to the league, making a good showing.
Absolutely, and a throwback Bush, number 44, working the back of Doug Thompson heavy right now. Looking to the outside as they come out of turn number 4. Thinks better of it as Thompson washes up a little bit.
Ooh, makes that big crossover.
That's an ankle breaker right there as Thompson says, yeah, you know what? You got me. Go for it.
Wow. Normally you see a crossover on a shorter track and happen a lot quicker, but man, he used about a football field worth of real estate to get that crossover done, carried that momentum, got around him, got the job done, moved the 44 up to the 6th position.
Absolutely. As am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
What are we seeing?
Bear with me and I'll tell you what I'm seeing.
I'm seeing Brian McRae flirting with that outside wall real hard as Dalton Kilrow's closing up on him quick, fast, and in a hurry.
That's exactly what I thought I was seeing.
I thought I saw the 35 brush that outside wall. Maybe that's what slowed him down. Now he's starting to leg it out a little bit over the 41. But they are still a tight dance. Second place heavily contested as Dalton Kilrow dials the low lane. And 35 of Brian McRae stays up tall. They pull it off even as they haul it off into the turn. Don't know who's going to have this one when we see the start-finish line here coming off of turn 4.
That's a drag race to the stripe. Side by side they come and...
Hand that to Dalton Kilrow. Oh, my God.
5/1000ths of a second. At 190 miles an hour, that's about a shoe.
I wouldn't even call that a shoe. I'd probably call that the width of a fly.
Oh, no. If you duct taped a shoe to the front bumper of the car and had it so the sole was facing out, that's about the distance.
Wow.
But Dalton Kilrow looks like he may have made the adjustments he needed to get the long run setup in that number
he's starting
41
to
again.
Starting to put a little distance on the number 35 machine of Brian McRae. So as it stands, Sam Baumgarten's got a 1.1 second lead on the field. Dalton Kilrow hauling it off, second place. Third place to Brian McRae. That's a close battle going on the track, and that is the closest battle going on the track. Now you got to be wondering, we're 18 laps into this run, wholesale pit stops have got to be happening pretty darn quick.
We're going to see who's going to be the first one to blink. Last time we had green flag stops, it was Dalton Kilrow.
Short pitted the field and wound up with a 6-second real estate advantage.
Yeah, but the question is he going to try it again this time? Because last time it almost didn't pay off.
I would say if he's smart, he's going to hang it out there because he knows he can gain real estate on a short pit. I'll bet you he short pits it on his last pit stop on the money stop. That's my prediction. And if he does that, gains that real estate and holds off Sam Baumgarten at the end, there's the ESPN driver of the night. I know I'm jinxing the hell out of the 41 right now, but man, strategy, you know what? The way these guys are running Michigan, laps are counting off quick. Strategy's going to come into it, and fuel mileage is a big part of it.
So, Dalton, since Aaron just jinxed you, go ahead and text me after the race. I'll give you turn-by-turn directions on how to get to his house so you can kick him in the ding-ding.
Yeah. Do I need to resend that picture to you again?
Only if you want me to actually...
You want to take all those turns and kick me in the ding-ding?
Yeah. I will wheel my fat crippled ass to Ohio just so I can hit you with my cane.
By the time you get here, I'll have another one on ice. We'll have that and forget about our problems.
Sounds like a plan. Anyways, Sam Baumgarten. Dalton Kilrow starting to reel in Baumgarten. That was a 1.5 second lead, now down to under a second.
Well, here we are, 21 laps into this run, man. We were wondering how far they were going to go in the tank and go fast. Well, the experiment is out. We're looking for the bottom of the tank. I'm looking for pit stops to be happening here any moment.
Well, the thing is if they can go a couple more laps.
Not happening. Leader, pit lane.
There it is. Oh, hang on to her, son.
Who was that?
Aaron Bach over 8 different kinds of sideways coming to the commitment cone.
Did he get it wowed down enough by the time he got to that cone's my question. But look who stayed out on the track. Patrick Calgill getting another lap out of it. Sam Baumgarten in the pits. Dalton Kilrow, Brian McRae. Man, we're going to have to see where this all cycles out, but Hoot Baker's still hanging it out there. He's up to second now. Patrick Calgill and Hoot Baker are the only two that have not brought it in yet.
I'll tell you right now, Aaron Backover did a hell of a job to not hit anything. And at the cone, 54 miles an hour.
Wow.
Pit road speed limit, 55. That is some talent to not hit anything and make that charge happen.
Yeah, but when the time comes to get out of the driver's seat, he's going to have it attached to him by his butt cheeks, man, because that was a pucker moment and a half.
Oh, absolutely. You got to think that Tex Perry had a pucker moment too, because he was right next to him when it happened. As those two currently slugging it out for the number 7 spot.
Look at the front of the field. Guess who came off of the pits right behind him? Dalton Kilrow's now making a run at Sam Baumgarten. Sam, see if he can open it up where there are adjustments made, because by my math, we got one more stop. These guys can go 20 more laps. That'll bring them to 106, which would leave them with 20. Wow, man, we are so tight on fuel with this one, my friend.
Yeah, this is going to be...
It's going to be a fuel mileage race if we don't see the great equalizer. The caution flag. do I even want to know?
So, I gotta watch the replay on this one. Hold on, and I'll tell you what I just saw. Because I can't believe I saw what I just saw, but I think I did see it.
Uh-oh.
So, Mark Arthur cleared his penalty, jumped in the car, the crew put a new front tire on it.
I'm looking at the car in pit lane, and it's sitting there sideways.
Well, the car just went vertical.
Okay, replay's happening now. Let me see if I can back it up far enough to see that. No, I can't see that.
The car just went vertical at Mach 6.8. And you being from a military family, I'll let you do the math on that one.
That was a rocket ship tied to another rocket ship, blasted by an atomic wedge, firing off an Atlas rocket on top of SpaceX launching 2 more astronauts to the space station on their way to Mars.
Inside of a particle collider. But yeah, no, he just went straight vertical. The physics engine just had a wicked bug in it, and he now has a 1-hour hold in his pit stall.
Okay, do I dare drag him here now?
Go ahead.
All right, I am going to do this. I'm going to bring him in right now because we saw him jump back in his car.
An ARCA car is impressive.
We saw him jump back in his car. We saw the physics engine of iRacing decide to take a brain fart. Calling to the outside orbit of the moon right now. The number 12 pilot. The pilot of the number 12, and I mean space pilot at this point, Mark Arthur.
Yeah. Gave me that twice. It did it, and then I left, and I came back. It gave me a speeding into pits penalty for 1 hour and like 8 minutes. And I was like, what the heck? And then my car was sideways, so then I'm just sitting there. My pit crew's like glitching in and out, in and out, in and out. And then all of a sudden, just launched me to the sky.
Yeah,
4,582 miles an hour.
Yes. Hey, but
straight vertical.
Hey, but the good news is the grass is getting ready to look better.
Oh, holy moly!
Yeah. So then it put me to towing. And then it launched me in the sky again, and then my car went underneath the surface, and it's like moving all around, and it won't let me get back in the car, so I exited again to see.
Yeah, well, we had to bring you in on that. We give you enough time to cool off because, you know what? It is a family-friendly show, and, you know, you do have some relatives that we throw shout-outs to out there on YouTube watching this thing.
Yeah.
We didn't want to bring you in and let you, you have to have mom bring out a sandal and start beating on you like you was a kid again. But tough break, man.
Down.
Tough break. The start of the race, you had to burn that fast prepare. And when we saw that accident between you and Bunce, where you guys got it crossed up coming off the corner, and then insult to injury with Tyler Field just plowing you. He had nowhere to go. It wasn't his fault. And that was another thing. Please go on the YouTube broadcast, bring it back to about lap 48, and watch that replay that I put on there. It's the first time I've ever seen a hood go cartwheeling down the track.
So, Mark, I think your night is completely done, only because you have 6 tires on that car right now.
Let me get back to the pits and take a look at that. The car is on its lid currently.
Yeah, and I got two wheels in the back on each rear. Yeah, I wish I could get back out and drive it. I think it might be hooked up.
Well, let's see. I'm going to take the camera all the way around the car here, folks. Let's look at the nose. Track's upside down. Let's look at the gearbox. Pit box is upside down. Let's look in off the roll bar. That's a good view of the bottom of the track. Left suspension. Yeah, you are all sorts of upside down, inside out. The gyro cam shows right side up, but it shows the inside, outside, upside down of the car. My God, taking a look at the chase on this thing.
12.
Yeah, the 12. I'm having a blast looking at this thing sitting on
the
its
side
lid.
of the car, especially on the driver's side. You can see I got 2 tires on the rear. Must have multi-axle car.
Yeah, you do got 2 tires on there. I'm looking at it.
Yeah. NASCAR's
man,
getting ready to add that in 2025.
Well, you just brought a whole new meaning to the adage. If you're gonna screw up, do it big enough that you're gonna get camera time for doing it.
Well, in the beginning, I don't know if you guys caught it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what happened there.
I put it against the wall because I run a program that throws the stage cautions automatic, so we're not having to try to do that while we're racing. Right. Well, I forgot to start it, so I was like, oh man. So I'm in a rip, so I'm trying to lift my rift up, get to the start. I told everybody else, just go past me, and I just let the car drift over, lightly tap the wall. Well, it rode the wall a little bit.
Yeah, it tore the wheel right off it.
Yeah, it kind of bounced. I mean, I'm going like literally 2 miles an hour, and I'm like, I pull it off the wall, and it goes, you got wheel damage. I'm like, what? So I said, well, I don't see anything. Well, I went in a turn, it just wouldn't turn. And then, so.
Take a look at the broadcast. You'll see why it didn't turn, because that wheel was about 1.5 feet into the ground.
Yeah, and then by the time I got 3/4 of the way around, it just blew my fender up. And I was like, well, I guess I'm burning a fast repair here. I was fast. I mean, once I got the fast repair, I was flying. But then Bunsey wanted to race me, and I get it. You know, he wants to race. He doesn't get to race me a lot. He even said it in there, and he did it the time before. And then that time, I think he was just trying to kind of mess my entry up into one. But, you know, he kind of held the middle of the track there where I thought he was going to go up, and we just got together. But the way I slid down and killed the wall, it just killed it. I can't believe this car is like that.
Well, you know what? There's going to be a point shake-up at the top. Oh, did you get turned back over on your lid? Or are you back out?
I lost it again.
Yep, it's gone again. But
no, I lost it. I think I did a couple 1,000-mile-an-hour again.
Oh, boy. The physics of iRacing, gotta love it. You know what? I know you guys run a program throwing those cautions out, but you know what? You got 2 guys up here in the booth. I'm working camera, so I couldn't do it, but I can tell you what. The other guy that's sitting in here, my cohort here, give him admin capabilities. He can throw the caution flag for you guys as the 10th car crosses the line on the, if your stage is at 31. Right. When it changes to 30, changes at 30, when it changes to 31, as soon as the 10th car crosses the start finish, he can throw the caution.
Yeah, well, that would be, it makes it hard to do the 10th car because what we do, the program after the leader crosses the start finish, it counts 4 seconds, so he can get past the pace car. Well, so we're not jamming up trying to let the pace car pass us is the way it's designed like that. But it focused on the leaders because if you focus on the 10th place car, then those 2 leaders might be having a battle, and second place might get past the leader, and they don't know when that caution is going to be thrown. So it's more beneficial to, make it centered around the leaders rather than around a 10th place car that you don't really know where he's at.
Right. Well, we're just throwing it out there for you. You know, we here at ESPN willing to help if you want us to do it.
Let's get back to the action on the track right now as Dalton Kilroe.
I got a hell of a battle with Aaron Bach over at Tex Perry right now.
Well, Dalton Kilroe is starting to reel in Sam Baumgarten again.
Sam's got that good short run, or a good mid-range run car. Dalton fires off out of a cannon, falls off, and then picks up towards the end. 15 laps on their tires right now, 26 laps to go to the end of the race. We got to see these guys turn 6 more laps if they plan on making it on one more stop.
Well, that's
good news is I can make it on one more stop.
You need to get out of pits first.
What is the heck? It still got me in the pits.
Your one more stop's going to last till probably August 38th, you know.
Well, I'm actually surprised there's any glass left in any of the windows in about a 500-mile radius of this place, because the last launch that Mark just did was 5,720 miles an hour.
Did you at least wave at the guys in the International Space Station when you went by them and passed them for the lead?
It just locks my computer. It locks iRacing up when it does it.
Oh, God. I've never seen anyone, pass satellites in orbit for the lead.
So
I've
messed up.
never seen it in a full fender stock car until tonight. Normally, it's the open wheel cars that do weird physics stuff like that. The only good news is you haven't started to break dancing like we see the Indy cars do every once in a while.
Spinning around on their back.
Well, spinning around on their back and just doing normal breakdancing stuff. As Bachhoven and Barry seem to have gotten that one sorted out. As Bachhoven a little bit squirrely coming through 3, gets it collected back up. And don't look now, but Kilrow has closed the gap from north of 2 seconds to...
He's got it down to 0.7. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move you back to your teammates there, Mark, so you can at least do some spotting duties for them and help them on out. Unless you want to stay up here with us till the end of the race. We're working lap 103 at 125. It's going to have to take a couple more circuits around the track before they can make it at one more stop.
Yeah, I'll go back down and help them. It's probably where I should be anyway.
All righty. Well, thanks for coming up here in the booth and lapping with us as we were watching you do a SpaceX launch. Elon Musk ain't got nothing on the Hello Kitty, My Little Pony car.
Where are we at next week, do you know?
Yes, I can tell you for certain. Let me go to our schedule. Next week we are, oh my God, we're going to the Glen, ladies and gentlemen.
I like the Glen.
Yeah, we're back to road course racing. I may have to have someone broadcast that and just jump in and do it myself.
Yeah, no, you're not driving next week.
Yeah, you're
we don't have anybody else to run cameras.
Oh, I'll find somebody.
We don't have anybody else to run cameras. You're not racing next week.
All right. Well, I'll be up here in the booth. We'll be watching the Glen. Mark, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks, Byron. Tony.
Yep. But, yeah, Dalton Kilrow definitely reeling in Sam Baumgarten. He's closed the lead down to only about 7 car lengths, 5 to 7 car lengths from 2 seconds back. So, looks like Kilrow does have the long run set in the car, and...
It's just that he doesn't get it dialed in and start overcoming Sam Baumgarten until they get to the edge, right to the outside edge of the range of the fuel tanks. They're working 20 laps on their tanks right now as Dalton Kilrow makes that. He's the first one to blink.
And here comes McRae and Bachhoven.
Yeah, now these guys, mind you, we're working lap 106. They're going to have to run 20 laps to get to the end. They can do it. They're banking on the fact that we're not going to see ring walk trigger. I got it in on you.
You do realize I'm going to poop in your gas tank.
It might actually help my car. You never know.
Oh, no. Of your truck.
Well, hey, if it'll give it any more power than it's already got, I'm a happy camper. Leader, Sam Baumgartner bringing her in pit side. Derek Edgerton hanging it out there for another lap. Hoot Baker's still out there on the track. He's going to hang it out there for another lap, it looks like, as everyone else except for Edgerton and Baker have brought it in pit side. We're going to have to see where it all cycles out here. 19 laps to go in this race.
And Hoot Baker calling his pit this coming time as Baumgarten just hit his pit stall. And Kilrow just passing pit in at speed.
Wow, so, that is going to be a big deficit that Sam Baumgarten's going to have to make up on the 41 machine of Dalton Kilrow.
As it is.
Well, wait a minute. Here comes Baumgarten bringing it out on the track.
Not as big as we thought it is.
Not as big as we thought, man. Right now, I'm showing 3.6 on my timing and scoring. Sam Baumgarten brings it up past the entry cone. 4.2 seconds, 4.7 as he brings that car up to speed to hustle it off to the turn 3-4 complex. 5.1 seconds. Man, Dalton made one hell of a stop when he did. 5-second deficit for Sam Baumgarten to make up to the leader, Dalton Kilrow. And the money stops are done, my friend.
Money stops are done. All your cards are on the table. Question is, who's all in? Dalton Kilrow, only 5.2 seconds to the good. And that's a lot of real estate to make up, especially since Sam Baumgarten, his car seems to fall off more than Dalton Kilrow's does.
Well, it does it towards the end, but mid fuel run, Sam Baumgarten starts to leg it out. As a matter of fact, he's already chopped it down to 4.8 right now. Sam might be trying 4.7 make that. He's picking him up, putting him down a little faster than Dalton Kilrow, waiting for the last time to come in. 0.5 of a second faster than the leader, Dalton Kilrow.
So the question is, and you know as well as I do, catching someone is one thing.
Getting around them?
Completely different, because you know as well as I do, Dalton Kilrow is hungry for a win right now.
Being third in the points is as well, not that far behind the leaders. You know, that's going to, with Mark Arthur, your top points leader, being taken out early in the race, not really due to his fault, but, you know, with that first fast repair having to be used. Samuel Baumgarten, if Dalton Kilrow can get the victory over him, Dalton's only 11 points behind Baumgarten in the standings, and Baumgarten's only 5 points off the lead from Mark Arthur.
Well, you also got to figure that Sam Baumgarten, Kilrow and Baumgarten each have a stage win.
Actually, if I'm looking through the schedule right, Mark Arthur's got 7 wins to his credit. Samuel Baumgarten and Dalton Kilrow got 4 each.
Kilrow and Baumgarten each have a stage win tonight.
Yes, they do. You're right.
So, and they've each got a point for leading the lap. I dare say Baumgarten might have the point for leading the most tonight, as of right this very second. So,
check your timing and scoring. 15 laps to go. Look at the gap between the leader, Dalton Kilrow, and Sam Baumgarten has chopped that down big time, down to 3.7.
Yep, make that 3.7 on the button. And McRae, Bockover, and Tex Perry still slugging it out for the final podium spot, as McRae is starting to walk away from Bockover and Perry, though.
Yeah, as long as, you know, McRae can look in his rearview mirror and see Perry and Bockover just battling it out back and forth. That's better for him, because then he can walk away with it, because these guys are going to be losing time as they try to get position on him. He'll be able to have fresh air, because he's got a 2-second gap between himself and our second place machinist, Sam Baumgarten, who has cut that 3.7 down to 3.5 at the moment.
Absolutely. As Kilrow coming up on the lap car, Nick Okia. Okia just having a horrible night tonight. Not hooked up at all. Not happy with the setup on that number 9 in the least. But Kilrow going to have to take quick work of Okia. And Baumgarten's got that lead cut down to the 3.2 now. And we're 12 to go. As Kilrow working the inside of the lapper. Baker giving it to, and Baumgarten just telling him, go ahead and go to the inside. Baumgarten going to the inside, making quick work of Baker, and Kilrow making quick work of Okia. Now the question is, what's going to happen when Baumgarten gets to Okia?
Hey, on that Teespring link that we got merchandise out there, t-shirts, coffee mugs. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we have a pandemic going on. Everyone's got to be responsible. Wear your mask out in public. And you know what? We've got ESBN face mask available for you now, too.
All right. I might have to look at that.
All right, man. I'm looking at next time cross the line here. Dalton Kilrow is going to cross the line. We got 10 laps to go in this thing. Dalton Kilrow has erased a 6.5 second deficit and made it down to 2.5 in the past, 7 laps. So we're going to have a battle for the lead here. This is going to get awful interesting pretty darn quick in the next 2 or 3 laps.
Absolutely. As Kilrow continues to show the way, Baumgarten can actually see Kilrow now, as there's only probably about 20 car lengths between the two of them.
But remember, man, when we get to that 17, 18 lap mark, Dalton Kilrow's car really comes to life. Either his really comes to life or Baumgarten really falls off at that point.
It's Baumgarten's really falls off at that point normally. Kilrow's doesn't fall off as much. That's the key. Is Kilrow's car is a little more friendly on the tires than Baumgarten's is, as Baumgarten still has to get by Nick Okia.
Yeah, Baumgarten, he is out there just pushing the hell out of his equipment right at the moment, trying to erase that 2.1 second deficit. Laps are winding down. Last lap, Dalton Kilrow ran a 40.4. Sam Baumgarten ran a 40.2. 0.2 of a second is what he was able to run faster than the leader. At 0.2 of a second, with only 8 laps to go, man, we are talking, he's got to make up 2 seconds. I'm coming up short on the math. What about you?
My high-powered gazintas are telling me the same thing. Dalton Kilrow, if he can keep the car under him, is Baumgarten works to the inside of Okia and makes quick work of it. Okia just says, yeah, you know what, I'm not even going to try to hold you up here. You just get the hell out of your way. As Baumgarten had to change his line just a little bit going into 3, and not affecting him in the least.
Okay, 2 second flat deficit at the line from the leader, Sam Baumgarten and Dalton Kilrow. Sam Baumgarten able to run normally about 2 seconds or 0.2 of a second faster per lap. That lap, it was only 2/100ths of a second faster. Not going to get the job done to catch Dalton Kilrow if he can't pick it up. He's going to need to move at least a half a second faster a lap if he's wanting to make up that 2 second deficit by the end of this thing.
Well, we are 6 to go right now as Kilrow continues to show the way. Baumgarten doing everything he can to try to reel him in, and guess what? Not going to do it, as they were dead even that time on lap times for
separated by 5/100ths of a second.
Yeah,
5/100ths of a second difference in their lap time. Sam Baumgartner, just a half of a tenth a second faster in a lap. That's not going to quite get it done coming up on here. Last thing Dalton Kilrow wants to see is the thing that Sam Baumgarten wants to see the most, and can you guess what that is?
That flag that looks like somebody peed on it.
Exactly. We don't even want to say it at this point in the race right now. Don't want to jinx it. I've already got enough hate mail coming. Tony's already got enough hate mail coming. The 41.
And math majors, go ahead and get your hate mail coming, by the way, because I heard what Byron said in that last little spiel of his. Math majors, go ahead and get your hate mail coming. Half a tenth, we're not sorry. But Dalton Kilrow actually faster that last lap at 4.674 to Sam Baumgarten's 6.686. So Kilrow actually faster.
Here we come with the section where Dalton's got the faster car and Sam's falls off a bit in the run.
Absolutely, as we are for to go.
So Dalton Kilrow's looking like a hero with a short pit, bringing it in and catching everyone off guards. Everyone else coming in the lap behind him. That short pit move, he's seen it work pretty darn good so he can get that first stage win, and he used it to his advantage right here at the end of the race. 4 laps to go, 3 to go when we cross the start-finish. Dalton Kilrow, I'm talking ESPN driver of the night material. What are you thinking?
Well, he's got to keep it under him for 3 more laps. As identical lap times.
A 40.854 with a 40.854. You can't get closer than that. The gap is holding steady at 2.083.
Oh!
What are we?
Guess what?
The great equalizer just happened. Grumpy. Was it Grumpy?
No. It was a netcode incident between the 44 and the 35.
Oh my God, let me go see if I can catch that on replay.
I could have walked my fat crippled ass between those two cars. It was one of those deals where the 44 just took the arrow off the 35.
Oh my God!
And around he came.
I gotta take a look at that replay in the chase mode because there was a mile and a half in between those two. Got the high-speed drone running behind the 44 or the 35. Let's go back. Here we go. 44-35. Look at the space in between them.
I'm gonna have to say that iRacing has really upped game with the aero engine in these cars.
Yeah, because that was a full aero incident because you couldn't put but a paperback book in between those two.
No, I seriously, you could have fit my wheelchair between those two.
No, you can't. Take a look at it in the close chase from the 35, from the point of the 35. Not but 6 inches off of that rear tire, and the air just come off the rear, and his 35 went snap, see you bye.
That's exactly it. It was a complete aero incident.
Racing's getting it down.
There was daylight between those cars.
Well, wholesale pit stops. Everyone coming in. Who's gonna take 2? Who's gonna take 4? Who's looking for that track position? Looks like Force Tire stops all the way around, my friend. And getting off the pit lane first, Dr. Squatch, number 53 entry is Sam Baumgarten. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Tonys of all ages, welcome to what we here affectionately call Green Water Checker. I'm saying it like that. There's going to be a cripple roll his butt over here in a wheelchair to kick me in a ding-ding for doing it. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Green Water Checker.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the cripple still has to figure out a way to get up the steps to get to your house.
I can start building. You know what? I got my oldest is going to be here for a week, starting on the 22nd. I can have him build you a ramp.
It's gonna take me a while to wheel there from here.
Not if we put a small block 350 and install that in your wheelchair.
Nah, because you get this wheelchair over 10 miles an hour and the front wheels start vibrating.
Yeah, we'll put some Don Garlitz drag tires on there. How's that?
Nah, just the way that the casters are set up, it's basically a safe design for somebody to tell you, hey, you're going too fast in this thing.
Folks, and if you think we're being
on the Ford Mustang pace car, Sam Baumgarten gonna have the button. Dalton Kilroy has to get the restart of his life.
Yeah, and look at the lane that Sam Baumgarten has elected to restart in. He's taking that outside lane. And folks, if you think we're being unintentionally cruel to each other, there's so much love between the two of us, we can get away with it. I can call him a fat cripple, and he can call me a fat retard, and we got nothing but love. But we're going to have a restart, man. It looks like it might be the last one of the race, so I'm going to give it to you, Tony. Bring it on home.
Well, as the field works its way down the 3M back straightaway here at the Michigan International Speedway, Sam Baumgarten going to have the button. Dalton Kilroy got to be ready to start, kicking puppies at this point and flipping tables. As he had this race in the bag, and then the great equalizer came out. And like I mentioned earlier, Sam, Dalton, you can blame Byron. He jinxed the field as the field worked its way through the 3-4 complex. Baumgarten, Kilroy, Bach over Barry, Calgill, McRae, Thompson, Egerton, Baker, and Nick Okia rounding out your top 10. As those are the only cars still running right now as the pace car is in. Baumgarten holds him down, finally jumps on the loud pedal. We are back underway. And Tex Perry stacking that outside lane up the 35.
Tex getting pushed to 40, pushes the 44 down in the pit lane. I have not seen a caution come out, and there it is. Caution flies. Re-rack him, stack him, pack him. Let's do it all over again. Green, white checkers one more time.
The 35 of McRae jacked up the back end of the 85 of Perry, sent Perry down into the 44 of Backover, and Backover was just along for the ride after that one.
Taking a look at the instant replay, focusing in on the 35 of Brian McRae. He is on the backside of the 85 of Tex Perry. Gets up to the back of him, gets his front nose underneath, and now you can see why that these K&N cars, you cannot bump draft with these things. With the front end, the shape that it has on it, it gets underneath the rear end and lifts it right off of the ground. And that's what happens when chaos ensues and you get too close to the rear bumper, especially on a restart.
Now the question is, who has fast repairs left? Because Perry smacked the wall. The 44 of Backover smacked the wall. The 35 of McRae smacked the wall.
We're about to find out who's got those fast repairs left.
McRae, no fast repair left.
Got my eyes on the 85, seeing if he brings it in pit side and uses one. I don't remember Tex being involved in anything that might have had to use a fast repair. He might have that safety net in his back pocket.
Well, the 44 is sitting in his pit stall, no fast repair left, and Tex Perry not bringing it pit side.
So he may not have a fast repair left. Looking at the graphics on the hood of the 85 car, the guys, that's what we are, the guys on a Saturday night, NASCOM online with iRacing being the platform. ESPN coverage, man, we got a good race going on tonight.
Those guys is a band based out of West Virginia.
Well, you know what? I made it my own that I wanted to make. It sounded good, so there.
They're actually a pretty damn good band, too. If you get a chance to check out those guys, check them out.
Yeah, I know. I need to go down there and check them out.
Baker, I believe, is now back on the lead lap.
Boot Baker, yep, he is catching the wave around with the lucky dog status. He is going to line up P7, be at tail end of the lead lap, but he will be on that lead lap. 7th position, top 10 finish. You know what? Who Baker calls himself an attrition racer. He just keeps himself out there and out of trouble, and lets everyone else step on their own junk. And he usually sneaks up in there in the top 5 and top 10 doing it that way. Hats off to the man from Virginia.
Well, it's like I always used to say when I was driving actively, I might not be the fastest horse in the barn, but I'm going to be there when the check flag drops.
Well, I keep telling everyone I have never lost a race in my whole career. Never, ever, ever. I may have been a little, behind a few people when the time ran out, but I've never lost.
How drunk are you right now?
Oh, I'm pretty there. No, yeah. I'm not bad at all. That was a joke I heard. I forget which NASCAR driver said that to when I was listening to him. I want to say that was Labonte.
Anyways, lights go out on the Ford Mustang pace car as Sam Baumgartner elected to take that outside lane one more time. And don't look now, but he's got Derek Egerton behind him this time.
I'm having a pretty impressive impression about Derek Egerton. First time I'm really watching him race. Making a great showing, rolling around there in the 4th position right now. He has put himself in position to make a strike at the podium if things can fall his way. 2nd attempt at green-white checkers here coming up.
Absolutely, and I believe this is 2nd of 2.
Don't know if we have 3. Don't know if we have unlimited. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to unfold. We're going to find out, just as you find out. Samuel Baumgarten's got control of the field once again. Once again, elects that outside lane, which is a preferred lane you want to be in. When you fire this thing off, Dalton Kilroe once again is going to need the restart of his life to have a shot at it. He's got to be heartbroken in that 41, man, after having the command of the field that he did, having that caution come out like he had it come out on him. He's got a lot of work to do, but he's got 4 miles to get it done in.
Well, let me ask you this. If you're Dalton Kilroe, are you guessing on the restart?
If I'm Dalton Kilroe, I'm hoping like hell I'm in virtual reality so I can turn my head dead to the right, watch the front nose of that 53 car, and make the move when he does it. And if 53 does it, oh, wow.
There it is.
There it is. What a guess by Kilroe. Kilroe got right back on that loud pedal with him. We're going to have a drag race into turn 1 and 2.
Absolutely, and we're going to have a drag race for third between the 30 and the 31 as they haul it off side by side into turn number 1.
Patrick Cowgill getting the advantage on that one, but I got my eyes focused on the 41, Dalton Kilroe, doing everything he can to catch to the back of Samuel Baumgarten, but they're both on fresh tires, and we've seen that the 53 has been the class of the field for the first 5 to 10 laps of a run.
Well, we're about to see if Kilroe had made any adjustments to try to free that car up, maybe find some speed on the short run as Baumgarten brings it to the white flag. 2 more miles for Dalton Kilroe to try to get by him. He's got the draft going into 1. 193 miles an hour for Kilroe. Hauling it off into turn number 1 in the draft. He's got a chance to possibly slingshot it into 3.
He is closing up on the distance. Don't know if he's going to have the time to get it done, but he is closing the gap, heading it off into 3. If he has any shot at it, he's got to take it now, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Heartbreak for the 41, but the 41 is going to podium this thing. Sam Baumgarten looking, if he doesn't spin the car right now, crosses the start-finish line, checkered flag is out. The battle being Patrick Cowgill getting that third podium position. Derek Egerton making a great showing in this race, coming home fourth, Doug Thompson fifth.
Absolutely. That was a hell of a finish, between first and second, and a hell of a finish for third between Cowgill and Egerton.
Man, these guys, once again, putting on a great show right at the end of the night, man. NASCOM Saturday night has been... I keep thinking I'm going to see, it's going to be a caution fest, it's going to be a bore fest. Man, these guys are finding a way to put on one hell of a show, and this is a place to be on a Saturday night.
Absolutely. Week in and week out, I'm nothing but impressed by every driver in the field here at NASCOM Online.
How many times have we said we're going to be dead bored with this, or this is going to be a wreck fest, or this is going to suck, and it turns out to be a barn burner at the end?
Absolutely. So, Byron, I got some good news for you. I believe I have Sam Baumgarten joining you now for some burnout interviews.
Hey, Sam Baumgarten, Byron and Tony in the booth. Dude, I have got to tell you, man, we were watching you track down Dalton. We were doing the math to see if that caution wouldn't have come out, we were coming up a little short of you being able to catch him at the end of that run. But the caution came out. We noticed your car had the faster short run speed, especially on fresh tires. Man, Dr. Squatch at a 53 entry to the point. Talk to me about that race. And what was your whole mood just before that caution came out? And then what were you thinking right after?
Oh man, that was interesting to say the least. That last green flag run we had, I pushed it a little too long, and I was sputtering coming down pit road. And when Dalton he was about 5 seconds ahead of me when I came out of the pits. I kind of knew it was over at that point because once we hit about halfway through the run, me and him were like even, and he would start pulling on me in 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 I started pushing a little tight. But I don't know what his deal was in 3 and 4, but we just seemed to be even on that last run. And you can ask Mark. I was sitting there, I'm like, man, this is Dalton's race. Like, he got it. I should have never went that extra lap. I was just trying to push it to make sure I could make it on fuel. But we got lucky with that yellow. When that yellow came out, I was really surprised, but at the same time, to be honest, I hate to win like that. That was Dalton's. He would have earned it. So we'll take it, but I still think that would have been Dalton's race tonight.
Well, you know what? First off, we want you to go back and watch a replay, and tell your friends to watch this too, because we've seen your teammate there, Mark Arthur, launch up to the space station. I've never seen anyone want to race satellites, but he did it. We had him up in the booth with that one. And what brought that caution out if you go back and watch a replay, I think iRacing has got the model. It was not netcode, man. We watched one car get up to the left rear fender of another car, took the air off his rear wing, and it was snap, see you bye, and that's what brought that caution out. How was the aero? I mean, when you got around people on this track, was it? Does it feel like iRacing's starting to get this down a little better?
I don't know. I think they still got a long way to go. I mean, let's be real. They're trying to work on grass, making the grass grassier versus working on this damage model. I mean, when me and Dalton were side by side, I didn't really feel too much of a difference. I was loose in the early bit of the run anyway. So I want to say yeah, but no at the same time, I guess. Yeah,
well, I'm a big fan of this new damage model. And when you go back to watch the race, focus in on about lap 47 and watch the replays that you get when Mark Arthur had his accident, because that's the first time I ever saw a hood go cartwheeling down the front stretch of the track.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to save the replay and watch that one, because we were in the team speak and all of a sudden you hear Mark go, holy hell, I just went up to the moon. And he
really did try to pass us. I know guys are competitive, but damn, you got to pass satellites in orbit as well.
I mean, hey, whatever floats his boat, right? And then I come
Tony,
down
what was
road.
the speed? You went back and watched his miles per hour. What was it?
The first time it was 4,753. The second time it was 5,284.
That will fairly launch a car into orbit.
Well, he did have a good setup, so.
One hell of a setup. Well, congratulations on the win. It looks like we're going to have a shuffle at the top of the podium. Mark Arthur did have the points lead by 5 points over you, and Dalton Kilrow was 11 points behind you. Well, with you winning the race, Dalton Kilrow coming home second. I know Mark's going to have a drop on that. We'll see where the points shake out. Anyone you want to shout out to, man, and send congrats at the end of the race.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting, and also I'd like to make an announcement that Dr. Squatch has a new promo code. It's Top Flight, all one word, and that's for 20% off your first order, so make sure you guys go ahead and buy up some Dr. Squatch soap. It says it on the back of my car, your soap sucks. So make sure you go buy yourself some Dr. Squatch soap. I also want to thank Tex for putting this on. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun racing here, and other than that, guys, that's really it.
Oh, by the way, Sam, next time you talk to your friends at Dr. Squatch, tell them that I'm not happy with them because I was watching one of their commercials that showed up on my newsfeed on my Facebook after dinner, sipping on a Coca-Cola, and ask them if they know how much it hurts when a Coca-Cola comes squirting out your nose.
Hey, they do got some pretty good commercials, though. You can't lie.
Hey, and we like the new paint job on the 53, man. It was kind of a northwest forest kind of paint job, man. A different look for the 53. It caught me by surprise, but it looks really good.
Yeah, actually, I'd like to shout out MF Racing Designs. You can check him out on Facebook. He's actually the one that did this wrap, and he's done all of my recent paint jobs. He actually threw this one at me probably 2 days ago and said he was bored and made it, so I figured I'd run it for him. So if you guys need a good paint job, hit up MF Racing Designs on Facebook.
Yeah, well, tell them we caught a good look of it, man, and it looks really good on the track. Congratulations on the win, man. We'll see you. I want to get your thoughts on next week. We're going road course racing, man. Watkins Glen.
I mean, you guys know how I feel about road courses in a stock car. I love them. So it's just going to be, what Mark comes up with his setup and what I can do with mine, because it's getting close and he kind of kicked me out of the nest. So it's time for me to step up and do my own setups.
Well, the points are in. I would like to point out, Sam, that after tonight you do have the points lead.
Well, I'll be damned.
I'm hitting refresh on the old Dan Lisa right now. Samuel Baumgarten to the top spot by 17 points over the number 41 entry at Dalton Kilrow. Mark Arthur falling back 42 points behind you into third place. And you got to go a long way back. Another 239 points off of yours will be the boss. Tex Perry in fourth. Nick Okia rounding out your top five.
Yeah, I think we're going to have an interesting playoffs this year with me getting a little bit quicker and Mark helping me with setups and everything like that. I think it's going to be really interesting, but it sucks for him tonight. He kind of had some bad luck. I mean, if he has any kind of luck, seems to always be bad luck with him. So I don't know. We'll just play it by ear. We'll go to Watkins Glen next week and give him hell, man.
Well, hey, man, the amount of time and effort that you guys put into your setups and practice on this thing, it shows through as on these broadcasts because you put on one hell of a show. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that's your winner, man. The number 53 driver of the Dr. Squatch entry, Mr. Samuel Baumgarten. And Tony, I do believe that. Let's see if we can't grab our second place finisher here. Tony, you got Dalton Kilrow up here in the booth.
Dalton Kilrow, heartbreak when that caution came out. You definitely had the control of the field. You had control of the race, but the great equalizer, kind of shook things up. Was there anything you could have done to the car to better it on the short run there for the green-white checker?
Honestly, Tony, I got no idea. The balance was good. I didn't really want to change too much just because I knew I'd have to push the living crap out of the car if I wanted to get back by Sam after that pit stop, little charade where my pit crew failed me there. But it was just frustrating. Just frustrating to be in position for another win, and another caution comes out and takes that away.
Understandable, but for what it's worth, you did take over second place in the points tonight. Only 18 points out of first. Mark Arthur dropping to third. Looks where are we here? 15 points behind you. So, and then there's a big gap to the boss Tex Perry. But your thoughts moving next week as the series moves to the wine country of Central New York, my stomping grounds, Watkins Glen.
Well, really, I just gotta find a decent setup and do what I can to keep the car on the track next week and just keep it clean. Because I know if I can keep the car clean, I'll probably be. I want to stay in the top 5, but I don't want to get too cocky with it. It's just all about finding that perfect balance to where you can drive it and stay under control of it, but still get some speed out of it.
Fair enough, Dalton. Is there anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Oh, I gotta thank everybody at 5 Horse Motorsports, Nick Okier and Tex the Boss Perry. Gotta thank Mickle Falk Racing Designs. You guys for doing the broadcast, and Top 5 PC, Dr. Squatch Soap. And that's
all right.
about
The
it.
points have been redone. Just got poked by the boss. Speaking of the boss, Tex Perry, Samuel Baumgarten holds the top spot in points. Dalton Kilrow, you are in second, 21 points off of the lead, and it is a little tighter for third spot. Mark Arthur falls all the way from the lead down to third spot. He is another 31 points behind you. So it's not as tight as you thought it was. He's 31 points behind you. You got a strong second place. You got to go back another 184 behind Mark Arthur to find the boss. But you're 52 points off the lead, dude. Good showing of Watkins Glen. You can put yourself right back at the top.
No, he's 21 off the lead.
He's 21 off the lead. What I said.
You said 52.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at Mark's points. He's
Nice
52 off. Okay, fine. Give me. It's so sue me.
I know what you mean.
How drunk are you?
I am not. You guys only had 6 cautions. I only got 6 drinks tonight. I only got 6 sips.
There must have been some Fireball or some crap like that. Something really strong.
No, I got some apple pie moonshine. It's only 40 proof. I only got 6 sips out of it. So, yeah, you guys put on a heck of a show.
Dalton, best of luck to you next week at the Glen, and DM me sometime this week, and I think I might have something I can work with you on for the setup for the Glen.
Well, thank you for that. I'll definitely do that.
All right, that's Dalton Kilrow, and joining us now is the gentleman rounding out our podium tonight. Impressive run, Mr. Pat Cowgill. Pat, congratulations on the podium. Hell of a battle there towards the end.
Yeah, all I can say is that the only reason I got a top 3 tonight is because of Mark Arthur. The setup that he gave me was just phenomenal, and I've never had a podium in NASCOM before, and it was definitely thanks to him.
Well, welcome to the podium, my friend. You put on a hell of a show. We watched you battling. You moved that car. I mean, you came from, you started fourth. You fell back a bit, and we watched you battle in the top 5 all night long, man. Tell me, how was that thing to handle? Did you feel, how much does that fall off on those tires once you got laid into a fuel run?
Oh, the fall off was bad. I mean, you get towards the end of the run, and it didn't start feeling tight. It more or less started feeling loose, and it was hard to hold on to as I was going through the corners.
Well, all right. Getting through those corners, you look like you did a great job with it, man. 3rd place, you brought it home on the podium. Glad to see you bring it up there. Anyone you want to throw a shout out to on that?
Mark, of course, and then you guys for putting on the broadcast, and then Tex for all that he does for the league and all that stuff.
Well, as the series moves forward, we're going to be going to upstate New York and Watkins Glen next week. Your thoughts going into wine country?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not really great at road courses, and I'm definitely not great at building setups, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, fair enough. Congratulations again on the podium, my friend, and looking forward to seeing you at the Glen next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, there you go, man.
Pat Cowgill rounding out your podium tonight. Byron, I got to say, once again, nothing but impressed by the level of talent all throughout the field tonight.
You know, every time we start one of these things, man, in the pre-production booth, we're sitting there dreading, oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be more fast. This is going to be something we don't want to be. Oh, God, man. But you know what? Every time this league, they do not seem to fail. They bring home a heck of a finish. We saw a lot of drama, and that's what I like to see in the race. We saw the end of that stage, Dalton Kilrow, the first stage, short pitting it and almost getting tracked down by Samuel Baumgarten, pulling that second thing at the end on his last pit stop, short pitting it, getting that 6-second lead, and if that caution wouldn't have come out, were we going to have a battle? I mean, oh my God, there was some drama all the way around.
Absolutely. I mean, you really got a feel for Dalton, because he had the race. The race was his. And all of a sudden, the arrow thing happened between the 35 and the 44, and it just snatched out of it. He had the cake in his mouth, and somebody snatched it out on him. And, you really got a feel for the guy. And, with any luck, he'll have a decent run next week at the Glen and maybe get a breakthrough win, because it's been a while since we've seen Dalton in victory lane.
Yeah, going to Watkins Glen next week, man. 82 laps around the Glen, and that's going to go faster than what you think, too. These cars can pick up and, lickety-split, haul the mail around there, and I'm looking forward to the road course.
Absolutely. These guys are notorious for getting it done on the road course. Always a good show whenever they show up to a road course. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to about do it for us tonight. Sam Baumgarten coming home with the victory. Dalton Kilrow in second. Pat Galgill third. Derek Egerton holding on for third. Doug Thompson rounding out your top 5. The boss Tex Perry coming home in 6th. Hoot Baker rebounding for 7th. Nick Okia, the first car, a lap down in 8th. Aaron Backover, unfortunately, getting caught up with Brian McRae. Backover coming home in 9th. McRae in 10th. Grumpy Bunts hanging on for 11th. Kevin O'Brien putting it on the hauler early in 12th. Mark Arthur in 13th. And Tyler Peel in 14th.
Yep, that's going to bring us to an end tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night, NASCOM Online Racing, brought to you by ESPN. For Tony Peck, Trapasso, and Byron Rodney, I know he's going to kill me for that, but you know what? What the heck? I've had a lot of fun tonight, man, and I look forward to seeing you at Watkins Glen next week. With that, we are out of here. Good night.